Welcome to Daily Dose Radio, a 5-minute devotional podcast studying the Psalms verse by verse. Broadcast from the ever-beautiful Sharonville, Ohio, on the sunny side of Cincinnati. Are you ready for full-strength Bible study? You found it right here, Daily Dose Radio. We're studying the Psalms 5 minutes a day, 5 days a week, studying the Psalms verse by verse. That's what we do here. And this week we've been studying Psalm 52. Psalm 52 is magnificent. It gives us an introduction that sets us up for what's being taught in this particular psalm. And we have the story of Doeg the Edomite and how he ratted out David to Saul and then turned on the priests of the Lord and killed all of them, including their wives and children. David writes this psalm about him, calling him the mighty man of mischief. Let's just call him that. And he begins in that first verse. Why do you boast yourself in your mischief, O mighty man? The goodness of God endureth continually. So we have this setup between the mischief of the mighty man, who in this case is Doeg, and God's goodness. We make a case against him in verses 2, 3, and 4. Yesterday we read verses 2 and 3. The tongue devises mischiefs, like a sharp razor working deceitfully. That is the tongue of the mighty man. So that's case number one. Case number two, he loves evil more than good, and lying rather than speaking righteousness. So you see, the tongue is his weapon. This mighty man is not mighty because of his strength. He's mighty because he has a tongue that's sharp. It's like a razor. He loves evil. And how does he manifest that evil in his life? By lying. Now today we come to verses 4 and 5. Thou lovest all devouring words, O thou deceitful tongue. God shall likewise destroy thee forever. He shall take thee away, and pluck thee out of thy dwelling place, and root thee out of the land of the living. Selah. So the very last case against this mighty man of mischief is that thou lovest all devouring words. So he is an all-purpose liar and deceiver with his tongue. He can speak it with ease. He's smooth. He's oily. His language is deceptive, and very few people will catch it. You love all devouring words, O thou deceitful tongue. There's our word deceit again. We had that in verse 2. The tongue was called a sharp razor working deceitfully in verse 2. Here in verse 4, O thou deceitful tongue. So that's, again, remember, that's his main weapon. So the case against the wicked man is about his language. Now look at verse 5, because in verse 5, what we have, I think maybe, is a recollection of what Doeg did. God shall likewise destroy thee forever. Likewise. So what has happened? Doeg has killed all the priests who stood before Saul, and then he went to their city, Nob, and he killed all the women. He killed all the children, the babies, the little ones. He killed all their animals. So he went and he completely destroyed every living thing in that city. Of course, it was by the command of Saul, but it was the hand of Doeg doing it, and he did it gladly for the respect of Saul. And so now we have this statement in 5, God shall likewise destroy thee. I think David's remembering what he did. And he's saying, this is what's going to happen to you, exactly what you did. He will destroy you forever. He shall take you away, pluck thee up out of thy dwelling place. This is exactly what Doeg did to all those women and children. And root thee out of the land of the living is exactly what Doeg did. He with the sword slaughtered all those innocents. So this is the judgment of God. You may delight in your mischief, and your tongue may be a sharp razor, but watch out, because what you've done, God is going to do for you. So we have the case against him, and then we have the judgment of God, mentioned here in verse 5. And this ends with Selah. We'll come back tomorrow. We're going to take a break because we have Selah. And we'll see what happens in verses 6 and 7. Hope you'll join me then on Daily Dose Radio. Thanks for listening to Daily Dose Radio. I'm David Smith. The music today has been performed by the Bluegrass Experiment. Thanks again for listening. I'll see you next time on Daily Dose Radio.